Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page. Ramadan is coming. Allahumma ballighna Ramadan ya Rab. I am filming this video today after Maghrib, and inshallah I will post it right away after I finish recording it. So maybe today is the first Taraweeh prayer, I guess. Today is Sunday. Yes, today is Sunday. I believe that there is a big chance for Ramadan to be tomorrow. So we are going basically to read the conversation and then explain some of the difficult words that are found in this conversation. We are not going to explain the easy vocabulary. And as I told you the last time, from now on, we will not, talk in Arabic that much. We will explain the lessons in English, inshallah, and sometimes we would use some Arabic words just to explain some of the difficult things. So I'm gonna read the conversation, then I'm gonna give the definition of some of the difficult words. Okay, let's start reading the conversation. Jan and Steve. This is the conversation between Jan and Steve. This coffee is really strong. I like it that way. So do I. During my last class, I was thinking about coming here and could almost taste the coffee. Could almost taste the coffee. What does that mean? Could almost taste the coffee means that the person was thinking so much about the coffee that they felt as if they could actually taste it. Oh my God, can you imagine? She is thinking about the coffee. She is thinking about the coffee as she could actually taste it in the reality. But it is a hypothetical situation here, right? Steve, sounds like it wasn't too exciting. Jan, I was bored to death. I was bored to death. Bored to death means extremely bored or feeling very uninterested or disengaged. Okay? So, I'm gonna explain in Arabic. Could almost taste the coffee. I said it's like you are like you are imagining that you are tasting the coffee in reality. Like you are تتخيل أنك تشرب القهوة. And bored to death is extremely bored. تشعر بالملل للغاية. Okay? I'm in that class only because it's a requirement. It's a requirement. It's something necessary to do. So I have to stick it out the problem. No. So I have to stick it out. This is a new phrase here, the problem. The new phrase starts with the word the problem. Or the new sentence. To stick it out. What does mean stick it out? Stick it out means to persevere through a difficult situation or task until its completion. You are in a difficult situation, but you are trying to handle this situation. You are trying to be patient about this situation. The problem is the professor doesn't know how to spark our interest. Doesn't know how to spark our interest. Spark our interest means to stimulate someone's interest or curiosity. You are trying to make a good impression, maybe. You are trying to making them interact with you. You are trying to make this thing interesting. You are trying to stimulate someone's interest. تثير انتباههم, right? Basically in Arabic. She just walks in the lectures. There is no discussion. Oh my God, it's so boring. There are many professors like this. I remember that there was a professor in when I was studying my last major. She would just read the lectures. She had not a book. She had a notebook or something like this, and she would read the lectures, and we would write after her. She was so boring. Oh my god, you are very boring. Steve, what a drag. Don't people ask questions? What a drag. What a drag means in Arabic, yeah, Ali, if you know it, right? مثير لل like مثير للإشمئزاز. Expressing annoyance or dissatisfaction with a situation or circumstance. Expressing annoyance or dissatisfaction. الانزعاج أو عدم الرضا in Arabic for those who didn't understand it. Oh yeah, once in a blue moon. Don't people ask questions? Yeah, once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon means basically sometimes, once in a blue moon, right? Sometimes, yes, means sometimes. Rarely or very infrequently means نادرا, right? Rarely, sometimes, not always, in very rare situation, not sometimes, in very rare situation. But I always see an awful lot of people doodling. An awful lot of people means an awful lot of something or of people, a large amount or quantity of something. It means here a large amount of people, right? Doodling. What is doodling? Doodling means doodling. Maybe I wrote it here. Yes, to draw pictures or patterns while thinking about something else or when you are bored, right? You are in a class and you feel very bored, so you pick a piece of paper. I always do that, right? If I am not interested in the class, I would even though I'm not good in drawing, but I sometimes draw some things. I'm basically bored, yes, and I can tell their minds are wandering. I can tell their minds are wandering. What is wandering? Wandering, thinking about something else, right? Wandering, it means thinking about something else. Do you have any classes like that? Do you have any classes like that? Steve said, I have only one big lecture class, world history. It's a class of world history, and the professor's the best. The professors is the best. They forgot the apostrophe here. Alright? It's so interesting. I'm always on the edge of my seat. On the edge of my seat means that he is enthusiastic about this, right? He is fully engaged or excited or enthusiastic. He is متحمس in Arabic. Typically due to suspense or anticipation, الترقب, right? الحبكة. Some people, when you are listening to them, you feel like you are excited because they have, mashallah, they have a good storytelling. They would tell you a story or they would tell you something and you are very excited, you are listening to them. But we don't all have this amazing skill. I hope you have this skill. By the way, I think you can learn this skill. It's I don't know, there are two opinions. There are people who would say that you cannot learn this skill, and there are people who would say that you can learn this skill. I'm talking about the skill of storytelling, right? If you have this skill and you can spark someone interest, you are mashallah, right? And when we have discussions, the room is filled with electricity. I'm jealous. Too bad I already took history. Steve said, you know, one day it dawned on me that I was lucky to be in her class. It dawned on me. It dawned on me, sorry, means I suddenly realized. فجأة realized, right? I became aware of something suddenly. You know, I'm focusing here on suddenly. Unexpectedly. I suddenly realized. I was thinking and I suddenly realized that I was lucky to be here in her class. I found myself thinking a lot about what she said. Did you ever have a teacher like that? I would have to think about it. I don't know. And me also, me either. I don't know if I have met a teacher like this. I don't know, to be honest. You should come with me to class sometime just to see what I mean. So Steve here is inviting Jan to come to his class. Jan is joking right now with Steve and said, "Sounds like you are in love with her, Steve." Steve said, "Very funny. She could be my grandmother. She is very old, right?" Anyway, I guess what it really comes down to is her enthusiasm for the subject. What it really comes down, I believe that we already talked about this expression, but in another way in the first lesson. It's similar to the bottom line, al-khulasa, right? What it really comes down to means the essential or most important aspect of a situation or issue, or you can say basically the bottom line is her enthusiasm, al-hamas, enthusiasm in Arabic. She just loves history. I remember at the beginning of the semester I was fooling around. Fooling around means that he is not serious about his classes. Fooling around. You know, behaving in a playful, unserious, frivolous manner without a specific purpose or goal. Sometimes they would say that about, for example, two people in a relationship, and they would say that this person is fooling around with her, right? He is just playing. He is not serious, which happens a lot in these days, to be honest, unfortunately. Fooling around a lot and not taking anything in school very seriously. I bombed the first history test. Means bombed means failed. Basically, it's failed. العشاء يؤذن, so I'm gonna try to finish as soon as possible. Okay, I bombed the first history test means basically failed, but then I buckled down means buckled down to apply oneself diligently and seriously to a task or activity, often after a period of procrastination or lack of focus. Sometimes you are procrastinating, you are not focusing, but suddenly you are deciding to be dedicated after you was lazy, after you was procrastinating. Because I started really enjoying school, especially her class. So this teacher made him enjoy. So his way of dealing with his classes changed. And Jan said, "You got me really curious about this teacher. أنت جعلتني curious." It's فضولية, because we are talking about a girl. I think I will take you up on your idea means I will accept your idea, accept or agree to someone's suggestions or proposal. You know, willingness to act on the idea they have proposed. It means that I accepted your idea basically, right? So وصلنا إلى نهاية الفيديو. سبحانك الله وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.